putting disc brakes on the front of my 1967 Firebird. First thing you got to do is pop this cover off and then take the nut off and pull the whole drum off. I generally just use a flathead screwdriver. You can kind of get it on the ridges here and kind of twist it and it'll pop right off. And then take that cotter pin out and take the nut off and the whole hub will come off. Alright, and then once you get the hubs off, you got these two bolts here. It takes a 3/4 inch wrench and it's connected to the steering part back here. Sorry for the video quality. Just take those off and the whole steering will come off, and then you can pivot it freely and take the spindle off. Alright, and then once you got the steering part off, you got to take the ball joints off. These take out the cotter pin, bottom one and top one, and loosen those up a little bit. Alright, I got the ball pins loose. Bottom one takes a 7/8 and the top one takes a 3/4. And you don't want to take the nuts all the way off. You want to leave them on just a little. Loosen it up and then get a hammer and start beating these things, and if you're lucky it'll release it, but right now it's under tension, so you want to leave these on so it doesn't just fly off and hurt you. Alright, just grab a hammer, start hitting those, and if you're lucky it'll break loose, but so far I haven't had any luck with that. So when you give up on that, get yourself a ball joint tool, stick it in there, and then start hitting that with a hammer. And there, it busted loose. And repeat that with the top one. Alright, so I got them both broke loose, and I just set the jack under this just as a safety precaution, and it'll make putting it back together a little bit easier. So once you're at this stage, go ahead and take these the rest of the way off, and the spindle should pop right out at that point. Be easier if I had a ratchet, but forgot to grab it. This isn't too bad. Alright, and then get your 3/4 inch wrench and take the top one off. Lifts up, and you can pull it off and disattach the brake line, and that's all it is to take this old spindle off. And to take the brake line off, it just takes a 5/8 wrench, pop it loose, and then it's easiest just to turn this on the brake line. You're not saving the brake line. The kit comes with one, so don't worry about the brake line. Alright, I got the old spindle out, and then now I got the new disc brake spindle to put in. I should replace the ball joints, but they felt alright and I don't have new ones right now, so I'll just have to reuse the old ones. So just stick it in here, put the nuts back on, and you're good to go, which you're gonna have to get it under pressure to close it to get the nuts for the ball joints back on. So with the jack under there, it makes it easy. Just jack the jack up a little bit and it'll do it. Raise it up high enough where you can get both nuts on, then just get your 7/8 and 3/4 wrench and tighten them down to whatever torque. I just don't have a torque wrench, so I just get them until I can't turn them anymore, which is probably not the right way, but it'll work for now. Alright, I got them tightened back down, got cotter pins back in them. Now it's time to put the steering arm back on, and we'll also get the caliper mount and the back shield for the disc brakes on. Alright, I got the caliper bracket and then the guard on. You just got an extra bolt up here and then bolt here, and which also connects to the steering down here. So it's pretty cool. But the kit came with 2 new bolts, but it was too long for this front one. So when it turned, this bolt here would hit that. So I just went back to the original bolt up here, which is about an inch and a half shorter, and so just tighten all that up and you're good to go. Alright, so I got everything tightened up, and you're supposed to bend in these little ears on this top bolt so it doesn't come loose, and make this one, it's just an eBay special, so I don't really trust everything, all the parts, so I went ahead and made sure the bearing will slip on the spindle. And now I gotta go pack the bearings so we can put the hub on. Alright, this is what I use to pack the bearings. Just set it on and screw this down. So I got the bearings packed. I got the one in, and then got the seal on. And then to tap the seal, and I just got a round plate. It's a little bit bigger. Set it on, then tap it all the way down until it's flush with this rim here, and get it mounted. Call it good. Alright, got it all put together. And then when you go to tighten it, it's just tighten it all the way you can while as you spin the hub, just to make sure nothing binds up. And then once you get it to where it stops, you go back quarter turn and then find a hole. You just kind of see it. Stick your cotter pin in, and then I got a dust cap down here. Pop that on, and that's it. And it's about supper time on a Saturday, so I'll come back and finish it tomorrow, put on the calipers, and I also got a new master cylinder and booster to put on here. So hopefully I can get it done tomorrow.